Gone in a higher part of the tree. Further away. Go on, I want to see if it... Go right or... Try throwing her back this way, see what she does.